How are you? How are you, my dear friend? My name is Chris Kahuria, and I am a trainer, an author, a writer, and a consultant in entrepreneurship. Today, I want to talk about a very, very, very important topic known as failure. And specifically, I want to talk about why we fail. Have you ever failed in your life? Have you ever gone through those disheartening moments of failure when you thought you'd succeed, you put your best foot forward towards success, but what you got is the bitter cup of failure? Ask yourself that question, because what I am sharing with you today is very key to helping you understand failure and why we fail sometimes. So, every successful person understands that there's a difference between having failure or failing and being a failure. And let me say that in the formula for success, there is a constant known as failure. A constant means it cannot be removed from the formula. And therefore, we have to understand that along the process of working for success, one of the things we will constantly get is failure. And until we get that understanding, failure can put us off balance and it can make us withdraw from very important pursuits in life. So I want us to understand that failure is inevitable and it comes as a way of helping us to succeed. And that understanding will really revolutionize your life and help you to work better towards success. So, failure is a good thing. It is good. And I want us to go through some 7 points on why we fail and why failure is good. And of course, that will help us see failure in a different way and actually use it to become successful. So, number one, we fail because we did not do the right thing. So quite often in life, we want to succeed, but the things we are doing are wrong. The thing you are doing is wrong. And therefore, failure will come your way so that you can pause and reconsider your ways. Ask yourself, is what I am doing the right thing? So there are specific times when you will fail in life so that you can drop the wrong thing you are doing and look for the right thing to do. Please take note of that. And now, number two, why we failed. We failed because we didn't do it right. What does this mean? Sometimes the thing you are doing could be right, but your method is wrong. And we need to understand that success happens at the point of intersection between the right thing and the right method. So sometimes because our methods are wrong, our way of doing things are wrong, failure will come as a speed bump to slow us down so that we can reconsider our ways and ask ourselves whether we are doing things the right way. You could be in business with all the investments that you have put into it, but there could be things you are doing wrong. And until failure slows you down, you may never realize this. So sometimes because the things we are doing are right, but our methods are wrong, we will fail so that we can review our methods. Very important to take note. Number three is very interesting and very crucial. We fail because we didn't know. Most of the people working towards success have a know-it-all attitude. And until failure proves you wrong, you will never know you didn't know. There is a saying in my language that says that he who does not know does not know. And he normally doesn't know that he doesn't know. And if he is never taught, that person will live their entire life and possibly die never knowing that they never knew. It's quite an interesting statement. So there are things you need to learn. And in life, there is always a knowledge gap. However much you think you know and at whatever level, there is always a knowledge gap which you have to bring. And it is only failure that can bring you to that realization that there are things you don't know that you need to be taught. How will you know if you are not taught? So learn so that you can succeed. Oh yes, we are moving on well. Number 4, we fail because we were not adequately prepared. Many of us are very quick to jump into the arena of action for success before we have spent quality and adequate time in the arena of preparation. And preparation is not interesting, but it is a prerequisite to success. The quality of your success and also the longevity of your success will always be determined by the quality of your preparation. Most champions in this world have spent a lot of time, perhaps more time preparing than the time they spent in action. So sometimes our level of preparation in learning, in practice, in being mentored, in observation is not good enough. And when we jump into action, failure is brought our way so that we can be taken back by force into the arena of preparation. So let us move on to number 5. We fail so that we can be removed from what is not our best. Most people in this life are currently doing something that is not who they truly are, either because they copied what others were doing, or maybe they found something they thought was much easier and more interesting to do. But that which is truly who they are, they have abandoned. So sometimes you will fail, and fail so terribly so that you can get mad enough to sit down with yourself to rediscover yourselves. And most of the people who have discovered themselves in this life have discovered themselves after disheartening, annoying, and even very shameful failure. Very well, very well. Number 6, why we fail. We fail so that we may review our inspirations and motivations in life. Do you know there are times when you have discovered the right thing to do and you are so much into it, but your motivations are wrong? You're not doing it for the main reason that God put that thing in you. You have motivations that are not right. You have gotten on the way that will destroy you. And let me tell you, most people are destroyed by their own success because they got the wrong motivations and inspirations into what they were doing. So it is good sometimes for you to fail so that you can review your inspirations and motivations and get on the right motivation towards what you are doing. Higher. Finally, we do things the right way. We are doing the right things. We know what we are doing. We are adequately prepared for it. We are on purpose. Our motivations and inspirations are right. But circumstances force us to fail. So one of the biggest cause of failure is circumstances. And circumstances can be from different perspectives. Some circumstances can be brought by our enemies to discourage us. Some circumstances can be brought even by God to throw us down. And some circumstances can be mere accidents, but they can cause us to fail. So it is important to know when our failure is as a result of circumstances so that we can act right. It does not mean we get from what you are doing, but we just know that this was just a passing cloud. This was just a lesson. This was just a discouragement, but I will soldier on. So what are we saying here? That circumstances can be both necessary and unnecessary evils on the path, on the course of our success. Whatever they may be, if you are well prepared for success, you know how to do the right things, how to do them right, you constantly increase your knowledge and skills. You have refined your purpose, you have prepared yourself adequate, you have reviewed your inspirations and motivations, you will always succeed regardless of the circumstances that come your way. And most importantly, it's good to understand that failure is not always a bad thing. Failure is good, and it is always good to be positive about failure, especially when you understand that it is in the equation of success. And therefore, it does not make you a failure. You have failure, you have failed, but you are not a failure. Thank you very much.